Hey guys, this is Zach here, back with another video. This time we're going to be taking a look at the Mojo Digital Scorekeeper by D1 Gaming. So I actually already have one of these. You can see in my deck box here. I actually kickstarted this when it first came out a little while ago, and I love it. I have a couple of problems with it, but this is actually the second version of it. I contacted D1 Gaming and they sent me this new one to show off to you guys. And I think it's definitely worth talking about now. They fixed the few problems I had with it. So put this off to the side for a second, just look at this one. Comes with a little bitty box, a very tiny box because this thing is very tiny. Easy to use, fun to share, battery lasts for months, use it with Magic, D&D, and many more games. Pretty much any game where you need a life counter or to count anything, you can use this for. And you can see no more dice rolling off the table, save your phone battery and calls for text. Because mainly what I do in games is use my phone for a life counter, but having a separate thing just for the life counter is great. I actually have another digital life counter like this somewhere, and I completely forget what the brand is. I have no idea where it is. But this is way better than that. That had the two separate screens for 2 players, but this is much better. We'll get into that. Press of a button for dual player mode, which is a cool thing this one does. We'll get into that too. And has a secondary counter for resources like infect and energy and all that, and works for games like Magic the Gathering, Ticket to Ride, D&D, many more. Like I said, anything that you need to count on. So inside the box you get that guy, and you get a little tiny instruction sheet with tiny text on it. And it just tells you how to use it. You power it on by pushing the power button, reset it to reset it, just the totals, blah blah blah. It's pretty simple. But this is the Mojo. So it's really tiny. It's for some reason, whenever I first backed this, I expected this to be like the size of like an iPad. I have no idea why. It wouldn't make any sense. But it's super tiny. And like you saw earlier, it is small enough to fit in a deck box super comfortably. It's not stretching that deck box or anything, and that's a 60-card UFS deck. I'm just gonna blow out my exposure to show you what's on the back. This is the battery compartment, that's about it. This is pretty easy to operate. You just push the button to turn it on, and then you're greeted with that. And this down here is they set the life total button basically, so you can set it for 0, 20, 30, 40, or 2 40s if you're playing a 4-player commander game, for instance in Magic, or you can start at 0 and work your way up. And then on the left side here, these 4 control this life total, these 4 control that life total, and it's pretty easy. You just go up 1, go down 1, go up 5, go down 5. I mean, it's very, very simple. You can't go into the negatives. You can just go to 0, and then this side does the same thing. So you can use it to track your opponent's life for them, or let's reset this. Hold the reset button, and then we can go to 20 life, for instance. Let's say you don't want to do your opponent's work for you and keep track of their life. You can hit this button, and then boop. Now it's reversed for your opponent. So now your opponent can see their life total right side up, and you can see yours right side up. That is super cool. That is one of the main reasons why I got this. So I can track it from my own stuff, and if I need to play a game where my opponent has their own life, just plop it down between us, boop. Now we have both of our totals plainly visible, right side up for each person, and it's still just as easy to do the life and all that. It's super cool. And then each of you also has a secondary counter down here that you can use to put up and down wherever you want it to be. It can be like energy and magic or infect, you know, whatever you want it to be. I love that the me and you actually also changes. It's just so cool. I don't know why other things have not thought of this. It's super simple and I love it. And then say, you know, you beat your opponent, you get them all the way to 0. You guys want to start a new game? Just hold the reset button. Start your life back at 20. Or go too far. And then you're done. Start a new game. It's just super simple, super easy, and I love it. So like I said, this is the version 2. I have the version 1 here, and they are identical in every way. I'm pretty sure. Let's even reset them so they'll have the same screen. Yeah, it's like, basically, they're identical in every way, except on this first one here. Let's get a life total. There we go. I'm pushing the button. I'm pushing 1 right now. Pushing +1. I'm pushing it all the way down. You can see it's not... You have to push it incredibly hard to get it to go down, and there's also a bubble in the screen. You can see it's pushing down here. There's a couple of like little little bubbles in here, and it's super hard to push these buttons. Like it's fine, it's, you know, it's workable, but it's definitely a chore to hit some of these buttons. And it's just, again, you can work it, and for $10, which is what this retails for, which is also insane, like, it's fine, but they got all the complaints about it and fixed it with this one, and this one is perfect. Let me actually get a life total. This one works perfectly. I haven't had any problems pushing the button. It is a little, it's not as, like, clicky as this one is, because I'm guessing you're using some kind of different screen, so there's not like a... I don't know if you can hear it at all, but you can maybe kind of hear that clicking. It doesn't click at all. The buttons are much firmer than this one. You can definitely feel like it pressed down into the plastic whenever you use these buttons. These are a lot more firm. They don't get pushed in whenever you use them. It's a lot better. It's basically perfect. I guess there was also an issue with the old one where the battery cover would slide off too easy. And actually, yeah, that actually slides off really easy. I never realized that. This one slides off way harder. So that's not gonna... Yeah, that's way better than this one. This one little button battery, that little guy will last you for months. And another thing I love about it is if you leave it on this life total, like say you have to stop your game and go do something else, just turn it off and come back later, and then boop, you're right back where you left off. It saves where you left off. That's why when I pulled this out, it was still in that old life total from whatever game I was playing a month ago. So yeah, that's just my quick little review on the Mojo. I love this thing. I honestly want to get a bunch more, just so I have like one in every major deck box I need it for. Like for right now, it just lives in my UFS deck box. I pretty much always use this when I'm playing board games and card games now. The main reason I wanted to get it in the first place was for Legend of Five Rings, to help keep track of your strength when you're in a battle, because battles can take like 15 minutes, and you add and subtract your strength a whole lot, so I just had it, whenever I play L5R, I have it between us, and I just have our strength showing there, so we can easily see it, so there's no hiding or anything like that. But yeah, like I said, you can use it for anything. So that's my quick little review for the Mojo. I love these things. They are cheap. They're $10 right now. It's, I think, $10.50. They're normally $15. You can get it on the website for $10. I'll put a link in the description, of course. You can pick up one yourself. There's just the one color so far. I'm sure there'll be more colors in the future. But if you play any kind of card game that uses a life total, like UFS or Magic or basically anything that's not a Japanese game, you should definitely pick one up. It's $10. Use it forever. Use it for everything. I love these things. So that is it for this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Any questions or comments, of course, let me know and I can answer in the comments. Thank you again, D1 Gaming, for sending me this to show off to you guys. It is definitely like the perfect version of it. I loved the first one, but all the changes they made to this one, it makes it amazing, and I'm definitely gonna be using this forever. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day.